Adam Giardino, Morgan Bedard, Ava McCoy, and myself, Jess Todd, as we move into the first age group that's single digits, the boys 7U, which obviously, Adam, means we're going to have some fireworks.
Oh, yeah. We are going to have energy, boundless energy. Can't wait to see what these guys are able to bring to the pitch here today. We've seen some of the older age groups, the boys and girls 17U, the 13U, so this is not only the second youngest group that we will see here today, it is the youngest that we have seen so far.
32 sports against the Mass Mambas here is an interception. The Mambas in that yellow and black on defense. 32 sports starting off on offense. Saw a flag come down. We'll have another look at it here. Will it stand for an interception by Kai Kimber? Rocking the headband.
Sure looks like it does, yeah. The Mambas come up with the first big play of the day, and it comes just about as quickly as you could have it. Second play from scrimmage.
And starting out with a fake handoff, got tripped up for a moment. This is Luke Lewis taking off with the spin. Great job knocking it down. Another look at the play here. Triple X's. Job Chisholm, a great number for 32 sports, makes the play on defense.
Coach, is Triple X available? I'm going to go with Triple X.
If you get asked that question, you can't say no. Obviously, they didn't, and Chisholm gets his way. Lewis takes off again towards the pylon, just short the ruling.
Great defense, nice play made as the Mambas. A big play on defense, and they have all the confidence in the world coming out on this first offensive drive.
The Mambas took down Which City Elite 14-7 in the semifinals to get here. Looking all the part as the 2 seed in this 7U division. Lewis looking around, unloads, wide open. Kimber flexing in the end zone. Touchdown, Mambas.
They're the 2 seed. 32 Sports is the 1 seed. But it has sure been a nice start from the Mambas. What shiftiness to get the touchdown.
Look at the hezzy. Woo-hoo! One of the best celebrations we've seen, too. Getting his whole team involved. Mambas will go for 1. Lewis rolls out left, comes back towards the middle. Triple coverage knocked away, but a flag comes in on the play. So the Mambas should get another crack at this.
I think we just had a signal for the touchdown anyway.
Wanted to confirm that it was going to be on the defense. It was, so that will stand. Any penalty on a conversion from that 5-yard, the single point marker, means that it is an automatic successful conversion in flag. So 7-0 to start for the Mambas, and 32 Sports will go back on offense.
Storyline here is that these 2 teams, they played 3 games yesterday. They played twice today. So this is game 6 of their weekend. They have not squared off yet. So in some of the other divisions, we can look back to yesterday and see how these teams did head-to-head. Give us a little insight, a little hint as to what might be coming. We don't know what's happening. We just know that the top 2 teams from yesterday have made it to today's championship game in the 7Us.
Edward Koloski fakes the handoff, throws out to the right. Austin Aceto on the receiving end. Rocking some style with the backwards hat. It hasn't been the easiest path for 32 Sports out of Connecticut getting to this point. They beat NEFFL Elite from Massachusetts by just a single score, 13-6. in the quarterfinals, and then just by a single point over New Hampshire Charge in the semifinals. 14-13 the score. Some nifty moves down the sideline, getting loose. That's Chisholm on that final spin move, finally tracked down. Flag is pulled, but nifty work to put 32 Sports in business.
Just a modest fake in the backfield, and then one missed tackle can really spring you. A second will do even better. And so 32 Sports, who turned it over on their second play of their opening drive, have to like the ball movement here.
Lucas Berry, the Mambas member, finally able to track down Chisholm. Koloski fakes the handoff again, trying to get it to Chisholm, coming back across the formation. Got his hands on it, just a bit too tall. The shades from Koloski and the gloves from Chisholm matching. Showing off that connection the two of them have. And not to be outdone, Jaquel Lindsay also rocking those green gloves too. Running play attempted by 32 Sports, but quickly diagnosing it on the defensive side. Looked like Leland Brown shot out of a cannon to break up this play.
That is outstanding work. You know, the handoff was coming, to anticipate and get in the backfield, knowing that it wasn't a blitz. That's a blitz.
Quick throw out to Chisholm, breaks the tackle. No, it was pulled down the second he tried to put that move on. Cleveland Browns all over the place now.
The tackle is made there. What a diving effort. Both flags pulled. And the officials didn't realize that the initial tackle had been made further back.
Lucas Berry manning the outside and taking care of business. Koloski loads up into the middle. He's got Chisholm. A flag comes down in the quarterback pocket. Some confusion on both sides. Leland Brown had gotten into the area of Koloski and pulled the flag, but an official's flag came out as well. So now both sides arguing their case, trying to sort through the chaos. Koloski loading up, trying to avoid the pressure. Brown putting on him, and unfortunately Leland Brown, no, the flag's gonna come against 32 Sports in the background. So back-to-back plays, Leland Brown gets in there, disrupts the quarterback, and the Mambas defense takes it away.
Flag guarding is the call here. As the defender comes in, watch the offhand, just that little swipe to keep the defender away is what the call was, and that prompts the turnover on downs.
So the Mambas offense to work. Little dipsy-do, flipping the hips. Nice move by James Parham Pruitt through a crowd. Check out this one more time. Fakes the handoff coming through. 4 defenders unable to get to Parham Pruitt until finally Chisholm tracks him down. Quickly back to work. Lewis looking for an opening. He's got one. Dante Elliott on the reception. Positive yardage. And a timeout called. Mambas want to talk through some strategy.
Toward the end of the first half, there is no stoppage of the clock. We see it in the final minute of the second half if the game is within 18 points. But at this juncture, if you've got possession, you want to cash in, giving yourself a breather to execute a wise choice here by the Mambas to make sure that they can do just that, potentially double this lead over 32 Sports.
Coach Robert Kimber right there leading the charge during that timeout. Him, Kenny Lewis, and Brendan Johnson leading the crew for this Mambas team in the 7U championship. Lewis fakes the handoff on the motion, goes to the end zone. Oh, so close. Kimber had his hands on it. No, it was Rowan Johnson who found an opening. And hope that Rowan Johnson is okay. He almost made a massive play there in the end zone. A great route to get open. He pops right up, showing off the toughness. So close to having his paws on a touchdown.
On that replay, it looked like he might have landed on that football. Just get the wind knocked out of you. You got no padding, unlike in tackle football where you got shoulder pads and other things that can kind of come down and help brace you on a fall. If you fall on the ball here, you're exposed.
Those over-the-shoulder grabs can be so hard, especially the 7U level, and he ran that route perfectly. Lewis again goes right back to him. Flag pulled within the 5-yard line.
They got to regroup here.
Time winding down. Lewis quickly out, batted away. It'll fall incomplete. Caden Johnson got his hands on it. 32 Sports will throw off, and the Mambas will receive and look to add to this lead.
The sure-handedness of this defense, really impressive. It was a big stop at the end there by 32 Sports, just making sure that the Mambas would begin the half with possession. They went up 14-0 plus the ball. That could have put 32 Sports in a world of hurt. And now just an opportunity for 32 Sports to stack some stops defensively here. See what you can do once you get the ball back.
Jaquel Lindsey, number 7, was ready to go. He was already lined up before that play even started on the defensive side. Wanted to get that pass rush going. Read it perfectly. Pick up of a couple yards by Dante Elliott. Lewis takes the snap, surveys, dumps it off. This is Brown. Threads through one defender, couldn't get by 2. Caden Johnson able to pull that flag.
As soon as the rush comes, you've got your option. Just a basketball chest pass, really, is what that worked out to be, and it picks up major yards.
Sometimes it's not how, it's how many.
Just make it happen, especially at this level.
Lewis avoids the rush. And Jaquel Johnson, Jaquel Lindsey, I should say, gets there on the rush.
For a second, it looked like Lindsey might have blown past, but instead, Lewis not quite able to slip away from the pressure.
And instead of looking to try to get about 10 to 15 yards for a fresh set of downs, the Mambas elect to punt, which that's the first punt we've seen today. Yes. You can forego your 4th down on offense to force the opposing team to take over on their own 5-yard line. So a game of field position here. You're leading by 7. You want to force the opposition to go the length of the field. And they do just that. So the defense now will be tasked with keeping 32 Sports at bay. Lindsay, who's busy on defense, gets it started on O.
Sometimes when you think of field position battles, you might think -5 degrees at Soldier Field between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Sometimes you picture an 80 degrees 7U championship afternoon in Cambridge.
Which do you think is harder?
I know which one I'd rather be in the stands as a fan for. And it's right here, right now.
Motion to Chisholm. They fake the double reverse. He lets it go. Dangerous pass. Lindsay had just outrun it by about a yard.
Yeah, it was really well drawn up, but the Mambas didn't shift their defense at all. All of the sleight of hand there didn't do much to change the posture of the Mambas defense.
Liu takes the snap, lets it go quick to Chisholm. Flag came out, not before he had let it go. So a pickup of a couple yards on a quick reaction from Liu. Watch him get this out. Quick as lightning. Otherwise, that would have been a negative play. So 4th down and decision time for 32 Sports. Again, they need to get past midfield for a fresh set of downs. Pressure comes. Brown was in there on the rush, able to get away. Caden Johnson got to about a yard away from midfield, but comes up just short. Watch this effort. Immediately gets away from the rush, trying to thread the needle, tiptoe the sideline. Comes up just short. What an effort from him, but a turnover nonetheless, and the Mambas go back to work on offense.
And that's where the Mambas' decision to punt and change field position proved to be a wise one.
Lewis, with about 10 different fakes, gets loose. By one defender. Eventually tracked down by Parham Pruitt. We are under the halfway mark here in half number 2.
And this Mambas team, in its first 4 games of the weekend, 27, 28, 26, and 23 points. They are going to have to win this one in a bit of a different way here in the championship.
Elliott on the safety valve. Only a gain of a couple.
And that really speaks to how well 32 Sports has defended here today. They have just played incredible defense. Yeah, you gave up a first half touchdown, but otherwise, these two teams have been very sure-handed on the defensive side of the ball.
It was Gregory Ellie coming up to make the play. High snap, Lewis able to track it down. Looks back across the formation, couple of defenders there. Tie up of the feet as Elliott trying to advance it upfield. Knee hits the ground, brings the play to an end. So tiny chunks being picked up by 32, the Mambas I should say, 32 Sports' defense only allowing small plays, keeping it in front of them. Lindsay on the rush. Lewis gets free, but a diving play to pull that flag from behind. And Lindsay keeps the Mambas far out, and 32 Sports' defense once again holding. Watch it here. The effort from Lindsay.
And we've seen these plays from Lindsay coming from behind. And that is just so hard to sell out. I know that you gave up the edge, but still not give up on the play.
So a massive turnover. Tracking him down on fourth to put 32 Sports back on offense. Liu connects with Chisholm, a couple yards on the pickup.
Leland Brown, speaking of a guy that has been everywhere, Leland Brown's got a motor that just won't quit.
It's like a Honda Accord that's got 300,000 miles on it. Just keeps on going.
That's what I think of when I think of a 7-year-old. Hopefully he's got a few more miles left in him.
Loading up goes Kowalski. Kimber knocks it down, putting the straps on. You gotta give it to Kai Kimber. He's been on top of the celebration department in this championship game.
Puts in the work off the field. Not in the weight room, but in the dance department. There you go. Look at that. He's got it.
But who was the first one there to celebrate with him was your guy Leland Brown.
On the defensive line position. And somehow he was the guy that was sprinting all the way back into the defensive backfield.
Kowalski on a quick throw. Fourth down upcoming, and not much of a decision. You have to go for it here within a minute.
And the clock is unofficial on your screen. The coaches are trying to get a sense of where the clock stands right now. That's what you see the officials talking about. And a touchdown here by 32 Sports on this drive. It will be an interesting decision. Do you go for the tie? Do you go for the win? What do you do defensively if you're the Mambas? They just want to come up with a turnover here and put that all to rest.
Kowalski from the pocket. He's got a man short. Catch made. That's Caden Johnson trying to go through, but the defense holds. A conversion of Mambas gets it done. Led by Luke Lewis, and that should do it. The Mambas are 7U champions here in Cambridge.